Hey guys, it's Otis with Max Wax Packs, and somebody had asked me in a video recently, it was today actually, to basically go through the steps of putting these pieces back on if you've removed them to try to use the fix, right? And so what the fix was to get the lines off the cards when they scan on the 8170. So I'm going to do that really quickly. So I'm going to try to angle this camera in such a way to where this works. And to do that, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this tray, and to do that we're going to press in right here, and we're gonna, it's a lot easier if I'm doing it the other way, but so I can show somebody how it's done. You basically press that piece in and pull this out, and then you're just gonna lift this up, and you're gonna pull that out of here, right? So that's it. I mean, I know you'll have to kind of figure that part out, but once we take this out, we can work on it. So let me put my 8170 away. Okay, now let me clean up my desk and see if we can do this work right here for you to see. Okay, and I've got this cable running right in the middle, and that's for lighting. So I'm trying to give you guys some better lighting. Let's see if I turn that on as well. That may be good lighting too, so let's try that. Okay, let's see how this works. Okay, so the first thing is removing it, right? So the idea is to remove both of these, but then a lot of you will notice that if you have smaller cards or thinner cards, then if these are missing, if you take these off, then those cards fall through. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna get a gray, I'm gonna get the same mat that I use to prep my cards on for grading, so let me put that here. It's got, I think that'll be easier for you guys to see what I'm gonna do. Okay. Sorry, those are my armrests on my chair. Let me see if I can zoom in just a little bit. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna remove these so that you can see what I'm doing, and then we're gonna put them back. Okay, and usually I have my white thingamajiggers, the zoom glasses. Where do I put them? Here they are, they're up here. I may wear these because it's hard for me to see without them, to see stuff that close. So bear with me a second. Let me clean these up. Okay. And I'll put these suckers on and make me look like Mr. Magoo. These ones are the battery. Let's see if these do. Yep, these do. Okay. So I'll put these ones on instead. Okay. I'm going to try to do this in such a way where I can keep my hands out of the camera angle. Okay. So if you guys can watch, I'll leave everything right about here. So if you were taking this out, right, the first thing that's most important is you want to make sure, and you can see how this works, you want to make sure that you save these springs. So if you look at this spring right here, right, okay, this spring right here, will go into this slot under here. I want to make sure that doesn't get blurry, right? It doesn't get blurry. Okay. I don't want it to focus on the tweezers either, so bear with me. I'm going to try to make sure that doesn't happen. All right. So let's go ahead and we'll remove them. And because we're going to take this one out first, so we'll pull that spring out. And be careful because it's going to want to take off flying. As soon as you do this, it's going to want to take off flying. So let me go ahead and get this. Okay. I'm going to make sure that I hold on to the spring. So there's spring number one. Okay, which is right there. Okay. The next spring you can see goes into the clip here, and it wraps around down here. So we're going to go ahead and take this one out next. Okay, there's the second piece, and there's a spring with it. Okay, so now what we have we have 2 springs and 2 pieces. Okay, now since we took these out, now these I'm going to actually remake these in a 3D printed material that's softer, so that we can probably put them back in and not have them scratch the cards. But what you're seeing is this right here, this in particular. And my question is going to be basically, if I was to cut this and remove it, would it still work? Would it still function? Because the fix that I put up was for tape to work, and the tape did work. I mean, believe it or not. All right, so anyways, getting back to what this video is about. So this video is about putting these back in. So if you have taken these out, and it says on Chronosia's website, and I think, again, what they were trying to say is it's very difficult, but it's not impossible. And I think that they said it was impossible or it could not be done, which we're going to show you is not true. All right, now I have to try to remember here what I'm doing. So let me make sure I get this right. Okay, so, and again, I'm just trying to remember this off of off of my memories just now. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, and both these springs should be identical if I'm not mistaken, and they are. These are identical springs, so lengthwise, and I'll put them on the table here so you can see, these should be pretty much mirror images of each other, and they are. So you don't have to worry about which spring you use. So I'm going to move that one out of the way, and I'm going to move this piece out of the way. Okay, so you take this piece here, and you see you have your notch right here on this piece, and that's where this spring is going to go. So I can just pick it up with my fingers. You have this kind of 90 degrees, almost a square. It's just missing the front area. So that is you're going to put this through, and you're going to put that right in that slot. See how that sits right in there? Okay? All right. Now, this piece, this spring, this end, sits right here on this edge. I believe, let me make sure I put this right, because this is the first one we took out. So let me just give this a shot here. So bear with me a second. What you're going to do is you're going to set that on the bottom there. All right, so let me just kind of get this lined up. Going to press it into place here. Okay, and that is back in place. Okay, it's that simple, just like that. Okay, see? All right, now we have this other piece to do here. This piece is a little different, right? So it has, and I don't know if you can see this, but let me just show you. This is how this is going to go. So on that spring, so these are going to go into the bottom holes here, right? Those edges of that piece. And that one spring goes into that latch area there, and the other piece goes right here on the bottom, okay? So hopefully that will make some sense. I'll try to show you some angles of that, if that makes any sense right there. Okay, good. Now, this is the next one, and as you can see right here, this piece has this opening right here, and that is where this is gonna go. So this one is going to fit in right here, just like that, okay? And we're going to get ready to put that back in right here. And this part of the spring, this piece, so I guess it's hard to see on the camera. Let me see if I can get this piece right here, right, is going to go right in there. Okay, so let me show you how that's going to work. Show you how that's going to work. It's going to go like that. Okay, so it's going to go in that hole right there. Okay, and now we're going to mount this piece in. All right, so you're going to go that side and that side. And there you go. It's back in. Okay, everything is back in as it's supposed to be. Okay. And so now you have the pieces. So when you put it back in, you have this piece in here, and the spring has gone to the bottom, and the bigger piece right here, right, that spring went in through this hole right here on this side, and the other part went into this latch, and that's it. You've got these now back in place. Okay, hope that helps. If you have any questions, let me know. It's a very easy process. Just remember, this one goes in last, this one goes in first, okay, and the first one, the middle one, goes on the bottom holes here and here, and the bigger one right here goes on the top holes here and here. Okay, guys, hope that helps. Sorry, these things are hard to look through. If you have any questions, let me know. Like I said, I'm going to be scanning these. I did a lot of CAD and 3D stuff, so I'm going to be making these actually, and I'm going to use a softer material, which I think is going to also work, but the tape solution has held up so far very well. Okay, hope that helps. Like I said, if you have any questions, let me know. I enjoy making these videos to help you guys, so I'll be more than happy to make another one if you need something else. Talk to you later. God bless. Be safe. Bye.